Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. This is part 2 of the recap. If you missed part 1, go check out your podcast feed. It's right there. And without further ado, let's get right back into the recap. Okay, everyone. Real Housewives know a thing or two about tension. On today's itinerary, I'm giving you the opportunity for a major release, blah, blah, blah. You're going to the spa.
Oh, well, nobody gives a better massage than James, so that's all I need. Therapist person.
Well, hopefully James won't be giving the massage. I give a great tantric massage, lasts 8 hours and we come 6 times. All right, James.
All right, nobody better touch Luann because she's my girl. You better tell all them massage therapists to back the hell off. That's my lady.
Marcos, it's fucking painful. You know, really, how long do we have to listen to this bullshit from him? It's like, well, as long as I have to stare at your sleeveless arms, old man.
Yeah, so they're all pissed off because this guy is so fucking annoying. And Mitch is like, your handling is not the way I would handle a woman. And she's like, oh, Mitch, you're missing the point. You said James was disrespectful towards me. And
he's like, I would punch him. He's like, I would punch him. And everyone's like, whoa. Well, it's like, no one's going to punch James. Like, I would punch him. All right. Please, don't fight over me. If I'm smiling, it's only because I'm just so nervous. I'm not turned on by this at all. Not at all. Keep fighting.
Yeah. So they're like, do you feel stalked by this person who's basically stalking you? She's like, no, I feel like a princess. Princess Di had people following her all the time. Even Princess Kate has people following her in front of her house to see what she's up to. Of course, I don't feel terrible about it. I've waited for this my entire life.
You can call me Princess Mononoke. Or maybe Princess Mononoke. I don't know. So Luann's like, the audacity. Mitch didn't respect me because if you respect me, you would never say that to me. It's all about respect. And I sing about that, by the way. Respect yourself because no one else can change your path. Not even you, Mitch. Here are the rest of the lyrics at my cabaret. Coming soon to a bowling alley near you.
James, did you know Mark called you a fraud and he said he wants to punch you? Do something about it, James. What are you going to do? And he's like, well, I'm just expressing my feelings towards her. I'd scream it from the top of the mountain.
Well, as long as she was up there. If she was down the mountain, I'd say, hey, get up to the top of the mountain or I'm going to have to roll down there and get you. Love of my life.
So everyone's like, yeah, he's love bombing. Even Shannon's like, that is love bombing. So Luann says, well, you know what? James gives me so much attention. He's always looking after me. He's always making me feel safe. Safe is an important thing for a woman. Luann is like the one person in the world who actually is like not satiated with love bombing. She's like, he's love bombing and she's like love Los Alamos. Like, let the bombs go off and test them. She's like, do it all.
Yeah, Luann loves a love bomb. And so they're like, but what are you talking about? What are you saying he makes you feel safe? We're in a resort. Where's the danger? And she's like, everywhere, especially with you, therapist person.
Well, and for a woman in general, but I'm going to send you off to the spa.
Thanks, Joel. Thanks for the PSA there, buddy.
I'm going to be here alone overdosing on beta blockers because that was tough. Well, Joel, you need a massage too. So hopefully they will offer some spa services for the bellhops. Okay.
Can we get a massage therapist who knows how to write scripts for television? That'd be great. Poor Joel. We give Joel a lot of shit, but I do feel bad for him. Every time Love Island finishes and I let it play through, it starts the first episode of Love Hotel. And everyone is like, welcome everybody to the Love Hotel. I am so excited to welcome my guests here to have an exciting time in the Love Hotel. I was like, this poor guy. What did he do to deserve this?
He's like, I should be working in feature films by now. Why am I? He's like, I have worked in feature films. Why am I hosting this show?
No. So everyone still hates James. Okay, so now they go to the spa and they're in robes and it's in the parking lot probably, as all of these scenes are. And there's an ice bath and a hot bath. And Shannon's like, I want to go in the ice. Ooh, Shannon Bedore, going in the ice.
Watch out, boys. This is going to be cold.
Wow, it's finally a time I can get into a bath that reminds me of David's emotional behaviors. cold.
So they get in, and then it's like, oh my God, it's cold. And Phil is actually just, he's just in there.
I'm used to this in Bel Air. The temperatures rarely get above the frigid temperature of 57 degrees. This is nothing for me, Bel Air.
Yeah, Phil doesn't mind it at all. Like, he does this every day, and Giselle's like, Phil, are your balls okay? And Theo's like, yeah, I like being a man. I'm not going to go in there. Thanks. So now James and Luann are in the hot tub, and his hand is between her legs. He's like finger banging her in the hot tub. What the hell is this
They're
show?
in the corner dry humping. They're like, she's like, oh yeah, do me in the hot tub. Let's get by the jet.
Oh, get by the jet.
Yeah, right here. Put your shirt on.
But I'm in the hot tub.
I don't care. Show some decorum. Put a shirt on.
Call me Diana. Do me, Dodie. Do me. So the guys are still pissed off with watching James. And Mark's like, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with him. And Ralph's like, he's a child. If you think of him as 6 or 7 year old boy that's not medicated, he's much easier to take.
And cuts at them singing,
Love Hotel, hanging out at the Love Hotel.
Love Hotel, hanging out. So then Ralph and Ashley are flirty, and Wale is watching, and he's like, I can't believe I'm in a battle with a 60-year-old European man. If I'm being judged right now, I agree. Damn. He's just demoralized.
So Shanna's talking to Earl, and she's like,
Earl, did you see the necklace that I wore tonight, Earl? Did you?
he's like, yeah, I mean, what about it?
It's a lock and key, Earl. Do you see it? Do you see that, Earl? I'm trying not to be critical. Do you see it? It's a lock and key, Earl. Do you see it?
I was averting my eyes because I was afraid it might have been a kohlrabi. I just really can't take on any vegetables right now.
I thought that was a broccoli that was supposed to fit into a mouth. I said, it's not going to get me this time.
Really, honestly, very relieved. It's just a lock and key.
Well, so am I going to get the lock?
No, you're not going to get the lock.
Am I going to get the key?
No, I have the lock and the key.
It's very romantic, Shannon.
I just don't understand why you're not excited.
And then we go to Ashley.
Love Hotel.
Oh, yeah, right there. Right there.
So Ashley goes up to Wale, and she's like,
Hey, Wale, do you have a second?
he's like, to get out?
She's like, yeah, you don't want to?
He's like, not really.
Okay, excuse me? Okay, that's that.
So she walks away because he's being like, So it's one thing to be like, I don't know what to do anymore. But it's another to just be like, I'm not getting out of the hot tub for you. Like, go get out of the hot tub and talk to her.
He's being an asshole. He's trying to get her to like beg him. And it's just not going to happen, Wale. Okay, like they say on Love Hotel, you are not the prize.
Mm-hmm.
The prize. You're the contestant trying to win the prize. So Wale tells the other guys, he's like, yeah, if I don't want to chat, I don't have to chat. And Giselle's sitting right there. And she's like, ooh. And he's like, yeah, you know what? You have enough information. So you have enough information to make a decision. And Giselle is like, well, have you told her that? And he's like, oh, that you have enough information? Well, no, I haven't said it like that. But kind of.
Well, you should tell her raw. He's like, okay, I'll say it. So he gets up. And she's like, what's going on? He's like, well, I reached a point where I just feel like you have enough information to make your decision. And I just don't want to play the back and forth. I'm like, Wale, that is why you're here. It is a back and forth show that you went on. This is, if you didn't want to do the back and forth, don't come on a dating show. I'm sorry. You just have to, you have to play the game. You're losing your own game.
Yet again. And Wale's being a little wuss. And so he's like, you have enough data to make a decision. Okay. Stop being a PlayStation controller. So she's like, are you removing yourself? And he's like, well, I've given enough, I've given enough to this. And she goes, okay, well, if you're already checking out, then you're making the decision for me. And he's like, but I haven't checked out. She goes, but this is you checking out. And he's like, wait a minute. Do I still get free breakfast? No.
He's like,
no. If you're going to not be the show anymore, you don't get to still eat breakfast while can I take a bagel to my room? No, you can't.
It's like, okay, well, let me finish up these spa treatments first, and then I'll talk about checking out.
Yeah.
He's like, this is why we're having difficulties, because you're not actually listening to me. I'm telling you I'm not checking out, and I'm telling you I'm not playing your game. I'm like, yeah, you're saying that, but like, you're also being passive aggressive, which means that she's trying to figure out what you're really trying to say. She's like, it's not a game. He's exhausting. Like, I was rooting for him. I've been trying to root for him because I want her to choose him over Ralph, but like he really makes it hard. I think that she should choose neither of them at this point, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for Wale. He's a baby. So
he's a baby.
Theo,
he's fragile.
Theo and Giselle are talking, and Theo's like, this is easy. We get along, and I'm not looking at it as winning. It's not like, oh, I need to beat Phil. There's no beating. She goes, well, that's how Phil feels. It feels so nice to have two men not fighting over me at all. This is great. Feels great.
You know what I love about our romance happening here, our three-way triangle, is that I am not interested in either of them, and they don't seem to be interested in me either, so they're not fighting over me, and I'm not fighting for them to fight over me. I love it.
So now Earl is excited because he's the only one invited to move in with Shannon, or with a woman, but specifically Shannon. He's like, now she can see me in the raw, I can see her in the raw. Well, keep it clean over there, Pinellas County.
So he brings his little suitcase in, and he's like, well, tell me where I should put my stuff. Wherever you want, Phil. I mean, Earl, anywhere you want. Well, I might require more than 2 drawers, maybe 2 1/4. God, I'm really charming, and I can tell that this is the beginning of a great relationship between the two of us.
So they sit and eat, and she's like, you're going to fall asleep in my arms tonight. We're going to wake up together. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good, Shannon. She's like, oh, gosh. Well, I just want to know, will we make it? Will we not make it? When I'm sleeping with the noise machine, that's a non-negotiable. But is he a snorer? Am I going to wake up and his arm flap is going to be right over my face like a blanket? Or is he going to cuddle me right in his elbow nook? How's it going to go? Is he going to smell like lake? Am I going to wake up with algae? So much could happen.
Earl, I am STD free, just so you know. He's like, so am I. But unfortunately, I am ETD laden, which is emotional traumatic disease laden. So if you're okay with that, I am going to have to deal with that.
I'm STD free. I'm also gluten free and preservative free. I'm basically a kind bar. So
I'm also microplastics free. So I would prefer it if we could leave your plastic suitcase outside.
So
she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go to dinner with the girls, and I'll be back in a few hours.
Thunderclap.
Thunderclap. So the wind gets bad, trees are swaying, and then a news announcer. Within 5 hours of becoming a stage 4 hurricane, Helene has made landfall in the Big Bend region of Florida, causing a state of emergency. Another report. Hurricane Helene. Hello, this is meteorologist Countess Luann de Lesseps. Hurricane Helene killed 248 people. Maybe if they went to a cabaret, they'd be safe. National Hurricane Center report finds, leaving a biblical devastation as the death toll climbs to 90.
Yikes. And I just looked it up, and it says Helene was the strongest storm to impact Pinellas in 80 years.
Yeah, remember, it was such a big deal.
Over 2 feet higher than the previously recorded at Clearwater Beach. That's crazy.
They thought it was actually be even worse. Remember, like it was like we're all watching it because it was gonna be like this direct hit. It was gonna be the storm of the century. It was this whole big thing, and it was scary.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So then, now we cut to the real victim of the hurricane, Shannon Medore. So we see her, curlers in her hair, crying, sobbing, if you will. And the girls all come in like, come in, what's going on? Oh my God, what happened? What happened? Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, here's a bongo. Slap on it. Tell me what you're feeling through the bongo. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. You can do it. Booka, booka, booka. Here, I'll show you. What would you do if we ran out of time and we were only friends for a second? Show me a curler and put it in your hair, and I swear we'll be friends for life. Oh, I sing cabaret to my friends. Oh,
he told me at 7:30 that he was really tired, and he said, well, we're going to go to dinner. Why don't you try and get some sleep now? So, I went to dinner with the girls.
And then the screen ripples, and we see iPhone footage of Shannon on a table, dancing and partying with Luann. And Giselle's spinning around with sparklers in her hands, and everybody's cheering and having a grand old time.
And he had already moved in, so Earl and I would see each other when I returned to the hotel.
And before we went to dinner, I said the following: how is the hurricane? And he said it didn't hit St. Petersburg, which is good because it's landlocked. So perks for land, right? And it's going towards Tallahassee. And I said, see? I told you. I told you your house is going to be okay. I told you. Why don't you ever listen to me when I tell you things? So next time maybe you'll try a vegetable. Huh? So he said, yeah, everything's okay. And then I hadn't heard from Earl, and I went and knocked on his door, and he didn't answer. And I came home, and I read a text, and I'm like really bummed that we only have 3 nights here, and I invited you to move in, and where are you? We're supposed to fall asleep in each other's arms, and I haven't heard from you all day today. What did I do?
I don't feel like a priority, Earl. I don't feel like a priority.
So we see Shannon's text. Sweetie, I'm super sweaty and want to see you. Please come to my room. If I'm not there, just go in. We'll be home soon. If you don't wake up, I'll come to your door. All the girls here, it's a bit crazy.
Bit of miss you, and I want to see you. We've only got 2 nights. Oh, God, 1 night and 23 hours. Earl, where are you? Earl, I'm dying alone here. Earl, you're supposed to be with me.
And then 1 hour ago, blue, 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 David. So Earl's like, how are you today? Fine. Well, it's not about you. When I said, how are you today? That was the question that you're supposed to ask me. Ha. Well, I had a rough day yesterday. I went to bed thinking a hurricane is coming towards both my houses, and we have an opportunity to be together, and you chose to go to a bar. When you were texting last night, it was just making landfall in Florida. The video of you dancing on the table and singing, yeah, well, guess what? You were dancing on my heart in that moment because there was a hurricane in the Florida area.
Wait a minute. You told me it wasn't going to hit your house.
Well, I said it wasn't going to make landfall there, but it was going to be in Florida, which means that the eye of the hurricane was not going to hit St. Petersburg. So it turns out it would have not hit my house, but it was going to hit nearby houses. So you should have thought about that.
Okay, well, I apologize that I wasn't there for you, but
that's not good enough.
They were playing the Limbo song.
Well, you know what's in Limbo? My house.
And he's like, yeah, I'm getting alerts the entire time. The path is in Lawrenceville. I try to be here every time something goes bad, and I'll hold her and we'll get through it. I needed that last night. Just needed you to hold me, and there you were dancing on tables.
Well, get fucking used to it. Have you heard of a place called The Quiet Woman?
I know. Have you heard of the Tres Amigas, which is now just Vicky and Shannon? But either way,
there could be nuclear war outside, and Shannon will be dancing on a table at The Quiet Woman. That's just what you're getting, sir. Okay.
This is so unreasonable of him. I think it's wildly unreasonable for him to want her to just like have the initiative to check on this hurricane. If he said to her, I'm really going through it, can you please come back? I think I really need you right now. I guarantee she would have done it. But he's just expecting her while she's having a fun time with her castmates in this resort. Probably, and the fact that the women were all going out together, it probably was like an obligation with the show, etc. The fact that he's doing this, that he's putting this all on her, that he wants her to subvert her own fun time to deal with him while he's in this hotel room. You know, I understand that
if this was the other way around, if this was Shannon and there was a hurricane coming towards her house and Earl was out dancing at a bar, Shannon would lose her fucking mind, especially on the first night that they were together. He's just moving in. She would be there. You know, she would expect him to be there taking care of her. So,
but perhaps I still think he should have said something and been like, come back. But also the last note that she left on was him saying it's not going to hit my house.
Well, look,
so she thinks
kind of
everything
like
is fine.
When you're not somewhere, when it's not happening to you, there's so many tragedies going on in the world all at one time. It's like at the beginning of the show, sometimes we'll talk about whatever's going on in the world and be like, I'm sorry to wherever's being affected, but we don't do it every day. And there's literally stuff going on every fucking day. Like when LA was on fire, you know,
I was just about to say the fires.
Looking at my ring cam, because I was in Texas, so I'm like looking at the ring cam, trying to see, because it was like a mile and a half from my house. So I'm like, at one point? So I'm like, where is this? I'm seeing the helicopters. I'm trying to figure it out. My family's just like, is the fire okay? And then they move on. They don't call you every 5 seconds. You know what I mean? But to me, it's like this huge thing. But if something is going on in Texas, I'm not necessarily calling them it's just kind of normal. But I think when you're in a relationship, quote unquote, yeah, probably being out dancing on tables wasn't great. What I didn't like is just Earl's just being too much. Like, you're He's just too emotional for this. I think you're right in that he has to communicate and be like, I'm really scared and you need to help me. If he's really that scared, I need somebody to be with, instead of being like, everything's fine. Well, who cares if I said everything's fine? Why do you have a news alert for it? It's like, oh, well.
Yeah, we can't have two Shannons in this relationship, okay?
Yeah, so two Shannons don't make it right.
He is allowed to be anxious, absolutely, about his houses, 100%. This was a hurricane that was making such major news. I mean, it was like everything stopped. And this was like, there were a lot of headlines at the time, and everything stopped for this hurricane. So he has 100%, like, his feelings are valid, but like when he says great news, it looks like, you know, the hurricane is not going to strike the house. And she says, I'm going to go out to dinner with my friends. Like, he has an opportunity then to say, you know what? Could you actually stay with me? Because I am really a bundle of nerves and I could really use your companionship right now. He could have said that. Or when she sent the dancing, like, he could have said so many things. But for him to actually expect her, after he's basically told her, looks like we avoided disaster, he expects her in the middle of dinner to stop and like check in on the hurricane and to also know really where he lives and everything. Like, I think that's just a bit much. I'm sorry. I think
he's just saying like something. And also her reaction to it didn't have to be like it is, but of course it's Shannon. So he's like, you know, I'm freaking out. I'm getting these alerts and this seeing you dance on tables. She could have just been like, Earl, I literally thought it was okay. I'm so sorry. What can we do? Is your house okay? What can we do right now?
And she does ask
how can I support you? She's freaking the fuck out. She's like, I didn't know it was, you said it was over. She starts Shannoning out on him. And I think it's just both of them being too emotional, but this could have been fixed by them both just communicating in a normal fucking way, but they're too much.
But especially him. I'm sorry. This is more Earl, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, I think he's like,
because she says, I didn't know. And I thought it was over when you said it wasn't going to hit. He goes, well, so at the time you were knocking at my door, it had just hit Florida and there's a cone going. It's a big cone, a hurricane cone, just like this, right in the dead center of the cone. That's my house. And she's like, well, is your house okay? He's like, no. She goes, well, which house? My house in Georgia. So he's actually upset because it's the Georgia house. The Florida house was okay, but the Georgia house was the one that was in danger. And as we all know, that's the house that has the motorcycle in it for the stepson to come back to. And she just found the address.
So he's like, here's the house next to it, tore off half the roof, or tore off a tree and damaged the roof, and now it looks like a field goal.
And so we see photos, and she's like, Earl, I said if it didn't miss your house, you know, I didn't know it was headed to Georgia, and now you're having a difficult time. I mean, it's called communication. It's really difficult for me. And he's like, it's not about you. And so they have a fight about the community, which, I mean, I agree. It's all about communication. He should have handled this better, but she could have been more sensitive too. That's it. You know, she could have.
I think that she would have been sensitive. I 100% believe Shannon, if she knew Earl was really going through it about that. It's just that this is not the first time he's
a big crybaby.
He's a crybaby. It's not the first time he has holed himself up over some emotional thing. And then he says, well, I get triggered by something or another. And she just can't, she has been in two big relationships where she did not put herself first. And I think she's in a state now of like, I can't keep like pressing pause on what I'm doing and what I'm liking and how I'm enjoying life to make sure a man is feeling okay right now. Now, of course, you want to do that for someone that you really like, but she just barely knows
someone
this
going
guy.
through a natural disaster. Yeah, I mean, you should.
But he let her know. But he let her know that everything was fine. That she left going to that dinner with the idea that like, hey, everything is fine. And then he's like expecting her to understand like the trajectory of this hurricane and also where Lawrenceville, Georgia, even is, and all that. Like, it's a lot that he put on her in that moment, and I just don't think that was fair at all.
Okay. So he's like, well, you know, if you said there were landslides and earthquakes by your house, I would have been thinking about you that whole time until it was over. And I needed to be priority last night, not you. And, you know, maybe it's a good idea for you to process this and talk again later. I was like, oh, God. So that's not the right way, Earl. Not the right way.
But why didn't you text me and say you didn't check up with me? Like, I've been sitting here all day. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Back to present.
Yeah, so then the girls are on, you know, supporting her. So she's like, you're not a mind reader. And this is red flag. He can't come in here and say that bullshit. So now it's 24 hours until checkout. And Ashley's like, so he's mad that you didn't check in with him? And Shannon's like, well, I didn't know. Big Diet Coke hands on her head. I didn't know.
This is weird. This is weird.
I am there for you every time, he says.
And you're supposed to know the trajectory of a hurricane. Nah.
He says I should have been checking.
She's now fully shaking and trying to like dot her eyes with like a tissue.
He said I should have been checking. Maybe I should have. TheWeatherChannel.com. I'll always go there before I go out. Oh.
So Giselle's like, well, Earl is doing the most. He wants her to support him, but did he support her DUI anniversary? Something I've never even heard of before. But Shannon decided it's what she needed to do. No, he did not.
And that was
Giselle
true.
says in a way, like, I understand that she's insane for the request in the first place, but still she requested it.
And guess what? It's actually a very fair point, because then we see flashbacks of Shannon celebrating her made it through a shitty year of my life thing, and she wanted to celebrate it with Ralph, but not Ralph, but with Earl, but Earl wasn't there because he was sulking about being yelled at about burnt vegetables.
It's also crazy. So we see that clip.
Today at 11:59 is the 1 year mark of my DUI. And I shared that with Earl. And I just thought at 11:59, he would go, look where you are now. And I would look at the phone through the bottom of the martini glass. And I would say,
was that an earthquake?
We made it. We made it, me.
Did we just have an earthquake, by the way, in this discussion of natural disasters? Or was that just me?
Did we?
It probably was me.
Fuck knows. So much is going on in LA right now. It could have been a fucking bomb dropping for all I know. Jesus Christ. This town is in disarray.
I would like it if Earl the Pearl would have
I don't see anything shaking out there.
You notice that thing, like when small earthquakes happen here in LA, like you just sort of hear that, like, it's not a crunch. It's like you hear just all the walls make that noise, like, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe
I don't
now,
well,
like,
my mic isn't shaking. Usually my mic wobbles because it's not the steadiest mic, as we've learned in this episode. But yeah, I don't think so.
I'm going to text Dom. I'll say, was there an earthquake, or was that just me?
Go on Twitter, because everybody will be
And
like,
why-
earthquake. I felt, did you feel it? Did you
Dom,
feel
was
it?
there an earthquake? And why did you not come downstairs into the podcast studio? You know I was going through it down
How are
here.
you not checking on me, Dom?
Okay, so now Ashley's like, well, why can't he just be a grown-ass man? And so they zip Shannon up, and now she's like,
Oh, you have a tag on. Get the tag off.
so they're, pumping her up and telling her she's beautiful, and Shannon's still like, oh my God, oh my God, now we have argument number 2. I was feeling so good about it. Back to present.
You don't argue with someone and have these blow-ups when you first meet someone. I don't see how I can recover with Earl. I just don't see it.
So all the men are gathering in the lounge area for the latest strange meeting. And it was like, can we do some shots real quick? And Mark's like, hey, can I ask how it's going with Shannon? You guys had your first night together, right? And she's like, yeah, well, we're going to get into that in a bit here because they're coming. And I'm not going to talk about this while they're coming. It's not cool. It's not cool.
Oh, Carlos, please just have my back. Oh, there he is, sitting on the sofa holding a shot. Oh, God, please have my back. Oh, God.
I will. So the men greet the women, and Joel comes in. He's like, oh, God, hugs and kisses. That's a great sign. So I think there's some things we need to talk through before we get to business today. And Ashley's like, well, Joel, we learned some things about Shannon and Earl today. Yeah, the ladies talked to Shannon, and we kind of want to just hear Earl's side. Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
It's not easy for me to talk about. By the way, an update from my side is that there was no earthquake. It was just probably the air conditioner going on in Ben's house. So just want to give an update to everyone there. But I still would have appreciated some text messages from Shannon Medore. Anyway, Shannon, you are just an amazing person, and you know how I feel about you, and things were going really great for us. And I was just really struggling the night before, and you guys saw me. You guys saw I had Pinellas County fear all over my face, and I didn't have my Earl Happy face on, and I felt, well, so weighed down by the storm that was going on. Shannon Storms, that is. The vegetable agenda. I haven't heard anything about her, seeing how, she wasn't asking about how I was doing with my house. This is the hurricane stuff. So she said it, but I don't remember her saying that. I don't remember her saying that she checked into my house, that she was happy about my house. She never said that. She never said anything about my house.
I I want to walk out. I want to walk out. I want to walk out right now. And when we were hanging out together, I literally want to fucking walk out right now. How dare you?
My favorite Shannon-ism of all time.
How dare
that?
By the way,
The build-up. Rest. Quarter rest.
dare you?
the drama with which they treated the situation was so amazing, because also when Shannon was like, when they first came onto her crying in her room, they cut to her in like the confessional and they were doing makeup on her and she had this look on her face like, I'm gonna have to tell the truth now. Like it was some big reveal, like an expose documentary when they do that, but they're just like, okay, this person's about to say something important, so let's see them getting their makeup on. They were just
I was having margaritas and Earl was worried about a hurricane. Everything went down.
Ridiculous.
so funny. What
So
a funny,
funny.
hilarious show.
Yeah, I love this show.
Well, thanks everyone for being here. One more episode left of the Love Hotel. I'm so sad. I love it so much. Thanks for being here, and come to our live shows, watchwhatcrappens.com for your tickets, and we will catch you on the next episode of Watch What Crappens. Bye, everyone. Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster.
She can run my country. It's Angie McGovern.
It's Always Automatic with Ashley Otto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit.
We never miss her call. It's Diane Call.
Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones. I go, you go, we all go for Hugo. Jamie. She has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
She gets an A. It's Kelly B. Kristen the Piston Anderson. Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B.
Que sera, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby.
Bringing the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Fresh as a daisy. It's Maisie McHenry. We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson. Tastier than Flanderson, it's Rachel Manderson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna, it's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. Let's share with Sharon Eldridge. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors. She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides. Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
It's our queen. It's Queen Laifa.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the Cork Master, the Master of the Cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. She's a little bit loony, Junie. Knock, knock, knocking on Katie Manock's door. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes. It's Melissa St. Rose.
We're on the floor with Molly Dorset. There's a chance of meatballs. It's Rebecca Cloud.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie. It's Sarah Telefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Come on, shake your body, baby. Do the Sydney Congdon. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
It's always a good time when you're wasting time with Bravo. She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.